Danny Brown is born in Elvis River, 1943, 10th of July. At the age of 26, I started to become involved in athletics. I was the best runner in South Africa. My marathon times was 2:19 for a full marathon. They never accept me as a South African because I was running for the anti-apartheid movement. They are the Rastas here, you know. The Rasta is from Africa. Now you listen to the music also, you see. The African music, yeah. And the way they dance is different from the English or the British, you know. They do the... I start to organize unions also. I've lost about 25 jobs. Yeah, the boss chased me out. I don't want you in my work because you're organizing unions. That was in the time of apartheid.
How do you meet Mr. Brown?
Mr. Brown, how do we meet him?
Yes.
I know where he stays in. He often comes here to the communities and give us good inspiration even.
When you see there, because then he always greet us, hey Rastas, Irie. Then he taps on my he's so for you.
I got married. I'm a father of 6 children. 5 daughters, 1 son. In my community where I stayed, there was a lot of gangs fighting one another. But me as a human being, I didn't know about these gangs. But I did tell my son, he was only 19 years old. His name was Endo Brown. I tell him, my son, I don't want you to walk there anymore because there's a lot of gangs there. The Americans were fighting the corner boys and they were chasing one another. And my son got out of the flat when they were having a meeting. And so they chased him. 25 of these gang members walked right over him. They murdered him, stabbed him more than 40 holes. Now we're in an American territory. And when I got there, that guy phoned me 10 o'clock in the evening. Mr. Brown, your son lay dead here in the flats. Just imagine how I was shocked. I ran to him and said, no, he's dead, passed away. His blood was flowing like a river. And he was dry. After I buried my son, I went to all these gang members and I tell them, I forgive them. My lady, your son has murdered my son, but you must remember, very soon you're also going to stand by your open grave. And I went to the funeral. I bought my coffee, my sugar, my tea, and I even shook his mother's hand and said, my deepest symphony, Mrs. Bierwinkel. She bowed her head. I went to the church. The church was full of Americans, blacks, everybody. So these gang members said, hey, let Mr. Brown sit in front. I sat in front of the church. And they even let me carry the coffin. They said, Mr. Brown, you must carry this coffin. Now imagine, you have to carry the coffin from the guy that have murdered your son. I carried him. But through that, those gang members got respect for me. Hallo! Kom, wat dan? Hallo maar joh, alright. Lekker man. Waar is die ander mannetjie wat ek gister gekry het man? Oh. Hoe roos is die area? Ja?
All the 26 vendors and the 27 vendors.
American.
Yes.
Now you can see on the wall there, the 26 and the dollar there. Now whenever you see that dollar, that's American character.
Yes, and here.
I start to work with them, you know, talk to them, sit there in their company. After I buried my son, I tell these gang members I want to work with you. They say, no, Mr. Brown, come back in 2 weeks' time. So they start to investigate me. Who are you? Where do you come from? After 2 weeks, I go back to them. They say, no, Mr. Brown, you are all right. My family say you're the #1 guy. You're a respectable man. You don't do this, you don't do that. Plenty of youngsters have died here.
Yes.
Shooting in the brain, shooting. Old people, not youngsters, old people also. People going to work, they died here in this area. Yeah. Just through small differences. These youngsters, I'm seeing them grow, man. And I don't want to see them die so young. Because you found that in the graveyards and us, youngsters, young people are dying 14, 15. They're not even 21 yet.
Yes.
And they die young, you know. Just imagine for 10 weeks you have to go to a funeral. Every week you have to go to the funeral. And the one that's in the coffin is 16, 17, 18. He didn't, 15. He didn't even reach 21 yet, you know.
He was every day here and coming talking to us. That's why Mr. Brown was showing his love for us. And that's why we were showing our love for our enemies and so on.
Yeah.
You see, that's why my reward is, I hope for my enemies and for everyone here a good life forward.
Okay. You know, since I started to work with them, I saved a lot of lives.